Warzone's great, right? Well, it could be better. Today I'm going to cover 10 changes we need to see in Season 2. Welcome back to Warzone Central. Let's get into the video. Number 10, the Ural Mountains. Warzone fans finally have something to look forward to, a new map. The map will be set in the Ural Mountains, which just happens to be where Fireteam Dirty Bomb maps from Cold War are set. The community is sick and tired of rooftop campers, and a less vertical map will be a breath of fresh air. The map should harken back to the Blackout map, which had vast wilderness between buildings. It is still unclear when the map will be released, but hopefully it will be as soon as possible. Number 9, a new meta. The DMR needs to go, and a serious weapon balancing patch is long overdue for the Cold War weapons. The lack of balance between the Cold War and Modern Warfare weapons was one of the biggest issues following the integration. Players want to use guns like the AK-47 and the M16, but they have no chance against the DMR or the AMAX. Raven was quick to try and nerf the DMR and Diamatis, but it was not enough. All the other Cold War weapons could use a buff to both damage and bullet velocity, as most failed to compete with the strongest guns from Modern Warfare. New meta weapons are needed in Season 2. Number 8, the Gulag weapons. Slow snipers and fists are in the Gulag are unbearable. Even enemies feel compassion for players that get outpunched due to their connection or low frames. Putting these weapons in the Gulag forces players to be extremely conservative and camp a sightline. The Gulag should be designed for fast-paced close quarters combat, and the better the player should win the majority of the time. Infinity Ward and Raven are trying to retain as many players as possible, which makes sense. However, no one likes this pace of the Gulag when these weapons are in the rotation and they should be removed. Number 7, ranked and unranked modes. Warzone professionals and streamers have been calling for a change to skill-based matchmaking since the release of Modern Warfare. All Raven has to do to fix the issue is to add a ranked mode for players that want to play competitively. The vast majority of players want to be rewarded for getting better at the game, not get punished. By adding a ranked progression system, players will be rewarded for their competitive rank. At its heart, Call of Duty is an arcade-style shooter, with many players exploiting Smurf accounts and lobby data to get easier lobbies. A change is needed. Number 6, dozens of glitches. There are too many glitches to mention in one section, but a few stand out. The loadout glitch is one of the most annoying things in the game thus far. Players should cross their fingers before going to the free loadout because there is a good chance an enemy will have 15 seconds to take a shot. There is a wall in Boneyard that players can see through and shoot through from the inside, which is a serious in-game problem. The loading issues with Cold War guns and tactical sprint have killed many players over the past few weeks, and the bug is a serious problem. These are just a few examples, and there are plenty of other issues that need to be fixed in Season 2. Number 5, stopping power, dead silence, and self-revive. The Warzone loot system needs to be overhauled, and these 3 items make playing the game extremely frustrating. It is demoralizing to lose a gunfight because of stopping power or to get flanked because an entire team has dead silence. Raven does not need to remove these from the game, but they should not be so easy to find on the map. When self-revive had to be purchased, the majority of the people in each lobby could not get self-revive. After it was added to boxes and ground loot, everyone in the lobby could get self-revive. Players taking out multiple enemies have to kill them all twice. While they are acceptable additions to the game, these upgrades need to be harder to find. Number 4, new weapons and ground loot. While 30 new guns were added in December, Raven should be adding new content every season. By adding several new guns instead of the typical 3, the community will have more options to level up and the game will stay relevant. There is no reason why Raven can't make changes to the ground loot on a bi-weekly or monthly basis. Players have still not seen many of the weapons in the game as ground loot, and constant changes will be good for Warzone. Number 3, new Gulag maps. There have been mixed reviews about the new Gulag. Regardless of the community consensus, Raven can easily use the smaller gunfight maps to mix up the Gulag every season. The Gulag needs to be more open and encourage movement. Many Warzone players find it difficult to win a Gulag without hiding and waiting for audible cues as to where the enemy player is. The Gulag should be a gunfight, not a game of cat and mouse. Number 2, more modes. Millions of people play Warzone, and players often only have 2 choices of modes, Plunder or Battle Royale. Kingslayer Trios, Zombies, and Rebirth were great modes, and Raven should have 3 or 4 options for those users who have grown tired of the same experience for almost a year. Warzone has never had a no loadout mode or a close quarters mode. Raven could add a Rebirth mode to Verdansk or keep a buyback mode on the rotation. A 1 revive per kill mode would also be a great experiment. Warzone will be a much better game if it had more options. The playlist has included Plunder since launch. It's time for something different. Number 1, fix the playable environment. Warzone players know how frustrating it is when a rock or ledge will not let the player mantle when the map should be an interactive environment. Many players have died trying to get over a short wall or a rock that is at the character's feet. Many of the issues when the map have not been addressed since launch, including hundreds of locations where controller players lose aim assist. Without aim assist, controller players are at an extreme disadvantage. Finally, the circle should never collapse in an area that a player is unable to reach. The Quarry Forest is a classic example of an area that rewards forest campers and decides matches based on where the circle relocates. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.